Welcome to Mother-Daughter Projects. I'm Vicki. Last year I got inspired during a visit to Disney Springs at Walt Disney World where I saw these Christmas trees made out of moldings. I thought picture frames are a type of molding, so I decided to see if I could make a similar tree using an old frame. This is just one of many old frames I have in my garage that are just waiting to be repurposed. I love the old barnwood look of this one. I started by cleaning the frame and then removing the staples to disassemble it. This double rock tool is the best tool for removing staples, and this arrow tool helps to complete the removal process. This frame came apart very easily with a few hits with a rubber mallet. I'm going to cut the tree slats with a 45 degree on each angle using the miter saw. The first one will be cut to 12 inches long, ending with the top one being 4 inches wide. For safety, I secured the pieces with the built-in clamp on this Makita miter saw. I continued cutting pieces until I had 9 slats for my tree. The very top piece was an offcut from cutting one of the angles. To make the stem, I started with a 3/4 inch by 1.5 inch board, which I spray painted camouflage green. For the base, I started with an offcut of the frame that was the right size and cut 3 more pieces. The base will surround the stem, which can then be removed for storage. I used Gorilla Glue and brad nails to secure the base pieces. Here, the base is finished. I was glad I was able to use the extra frame piece for the base so it coordinated with the top. You can see the stem just slips into place. Now to attach the slats to the stem. I first laid the slats in place, checking to see that they were centered on each side. I laid the stem piece in place and brad nailed it into place. Finished! I love the rustic look of this one. Hey, let's make another! This frame looked to be perfect for this project, but as I found out, I was really wrong. This one proved to be much more challenging to disassemble. I needed to use a multi-tool to cut through the pieces. You can see those really deep staples in the edge, which were never going to be coming out. Once disassembled, I spray painted them black as the original finish was really worn. I also spray painted a couple of extra pieces to test the silver finish. I'm using this decor metallic paint. I'm using a small foam pouncing brush. To highlight the frame detail, I dipped the brush into the paint and then pounced it on a piece of paper so that the brush was almost dry. Then I quickly wiped it over the piece and then wiped away the excess with a rag. Once I was happy with the look, I finished the other slats with the silver paint. I didn't have any extra frame pieces, so I made the base out of some boards I had on hand. I used the same method as I did on the previous tree base. A quick spray of paint and it blends in with the rest of the tree. Uh-oh. This is when I realized I was in trouble. The back was not flat. This was going to make securing the stem to the slats quite the challenge. To remedy this, I decided to use a small 3/8 inch square wood dowel to connect the slats to each other. This fit nicely and gave me something to nail into. They were painted black and glued into place with Surebonder Construction hot glue. While putting the stem on the back side, I accidentally nailed the tree to the tabletop. But after ripping it off the table and losing a couple of slats in the process, I moved forward and I finished it. When it was finished, I decided I wanted a star on top. As I was looking for something I might have on hand, I came across this glass star. This is actually a stopper top for a vintage perfume bottle. I remember it from when I was a kid. I think it is a perfect finish to this tree.